Hello and what is up everyone and welcome to today's video. My name is Ash, I'm 20, I live in France. That's basically all the information you need to know about me. So yes. A lot has happened since I last recorded. Let me just get it all out real quick in here because that's kind of what I did last time. Or like, not last time but just whenever I last did this. Not that one. So I actually got into like kind of the whole journaling thing. And I also got into, what was the other thing that I got into? I got into journaling. I did my first camping trip, which I did try to record a video for, but honestly, it was kind of like my hair was all over the place. I was just not feeling the best, so yeah. And there's also a change in my running. There's a couple of changes in my running routine. So let's get into that. So first of all, I wanted to talk about journaling and just journals in general. I, for one, am very excited to say that I've started journaling. I've been wanting to do this for probably years, but I've just never kept it consistent. And I'm not keeping it super consistent either, but where this is an all-in-one journal, in the sense that it's doing multiple things. I would call it an omni journal. Like, it's doing like hobby tracking, calendars, like it's also doing like book reviews, so it's not all separated. I feel like that's a little bit overkill. But I also got stuff in here that's just like, yeah, TV review, like media reviews, etc. And I will be changing things for next month based on how I felt this month went. It's got a year at a glance and just things like that. So yes. So let's get into that. So I got this journal. This is a bullet journal. It's got like little dots in there, and I use this as a regular journal that one would use for like writing like how their day went or how they're feeling, etc. And I'm not going to show that because it is quite personal. But I use it as that along with everything else, and I find that it makes me want to use it even more, because it's not just used for one thing, and that is the issue that I've been having for like when it's just one thing. But this month in general, I realized that I have a lot going on during the day. Like, sometimes I would just have so many things, like I want to write a mini list of things to get, or like I want to have a designated area for when I do my running, like I want to be able to see that. So for next month, and also starting kind of this month as well, like the middle of this month, because we are literally the middle of this month, I've started this just agenda one which I've set up. Kind of cool. I like it. I drew this myself. Yeah. It was fun. And this, okay, I was thinking of getting one of these for a moment. But they are so expensive if I wanted to get it from the store, and if I didn't like it, I would just be screwed. I'd be out like €6, which I know isn't a lot to some people, but for someone who's kind of on a budget, you know. So yeah. But I got this one from my mum, who honestly, she doesn't like, she got it for herself, but she never really intends on actually using it like regularly. That's just kind of how she is with things. So yeah, but this so like she got it ages ago, like back in December when I went over in England, but she just never set it up, and I'm like, can I borrow it? And so that's just kind of like, not borrow it, but can I use it if you're not gonna use it? And I guess yeah. So I just kind of took it essentially. I am starting literally, like, I'm kind of starting I'm starting in February, like mid-February. Not great, but like I'm not gonna complain either. This year at Glass is really nice, and it's got two 2027 calendar. Really? Damn, that's crazy. So if I've got like stuff planned for, cool, that's cool. I plan on, actually, I think what I want to use this bit for specifically, I want to try and use it for like a period tracking system, which would be kind of cool. Just like do a line with like red. Yeah, I use this little bit, like use it as that feature, I don't know, and then still have it as a cross out sort of thing. for a year at a glance, but I also got, these are for like birthdays and stuff. But then obviously I have to take out a few months and etc. Let me just, yeah, there's a few months worth right here. Let me just flip over to today, this week. And then I just kind of, yeah, I just kind of filled it up. And then I'm using this notebook as like an accomplishment thing, like what I did this week. Like not my highlights, but just like what's just like stuff that I find that are kind of important that's happened, like kind of like, yeah, it makes me feel emotions, I guess. Like for example, I picked up the volume 2 of the Unico book series out. There's 4 of them total, but there's only 2 of them released in French so far, and they come out once a year. Got volume 2 because I read volume 1 and I absolutely fell in love with the series, and I only learned yesterday that it was a 4-part series, so that's just kind of sad. But it's just such a vibe. It mixes a lot of mythology in general, but you've got like Greek mythology in there, you've got Egyptian mythology, you've got what else in there? Like you got unicorns, obviously that's kind of in the name. You got talking cats. Like it mixes everything like in there, and I absolutely love it. And it's just a nice, it's a 40-minute read, so you could spread it out over 2 days depending, or out of multiple days. But I kind of read it in one day, and I keep it because it is so good. And it is a little bit expensive, but it's a thick book. Like you're not gonna, and it's in color, which that's another bonus. So yeah, so today running wise I'm doing 5k plus 25 minutes. I think I'm just gonna do that locally because it's just gonna be a slow 5k, purely because I didn't do anything on Wednesday just because stuff happened. Yeah, and I might do a 25-minute speed run on tomorrow, but I'm not used to doing things back to back, so that just really depends. So yeah, but I mostly use it currently, obviously, for things that are like birthdays and all that, but I also use it for setting up my running, like what I'm doing for each run, and I might end up moving it, and that's completely fine if I do. But I've kind of allocated it based on how I feel like I would want to do certain things, so yes. Like I might end up wanting to move one of these 30-minute runs onto a different day. So yeah. So we'll just think about that as time goes on. Like this week is gonna be a little bit much, purely because I have that 9k run, and I have to do 5k speed, which that includes like there's like a lot of, it's like 8 kilometers total, including 5k speed. So yeah, it's a lot. So I think I moved it up to, yeah, I just like this. I think I want to see how this month goes. I'm just trial and erroring everything. Again, it's for when I like to try things each month. Yeah. Next up, my notebook slash just books in general. Where are they, bro? What the fuck, wait? I don't know what happened. I am so useless. What the fuck? Oh, it's underneath it. It is underneath it. Then I got this notebook, which kind of has a bit of everything in there. It has a book of, I call it a book of chaos. You can call this I don't know. Like, I just use this for note taking, table making. There's no assigned thing. I also, like, I just use it for, like, everything. Like, for example, I have, I have, book notes in here, and they're all spread out, but I just write the individual pages of where they're located on the index, so they could be on a whole different page. Also, I know it kind of went like that, but that's just water damage. I kind of went, like, certain things might be just spread out over time, and I'm still getting used to it. This is quite a long one as well. I didn't really want to do a small book. I want it to last. So yeah. But I kind of made this at the back, which I'm gonna rebuild because this is using like this really bad tape, and I've got like waterproof tape now, so we're fine. But that's when my library thing needs to come back. So yeah. But yeah, so I got a lot of stuff in here. Now, things I could do in a certain amount of times, and also like video ideas in here, library media lists of things that I want to pick up from the library, which I also set up my library cards. So that's fun. Just everything in here. This is just, yeah. I like having things being used in multiple ways. Again, I know I'm separating this from my journal, but I think having that kind of be my, I don't know, like having that being more so for like as a habit thing, I feel like that'd be kind of fun, like a habit of writing and a habit of reading and so forth. That's just, I feel like that would be a lot nicer in this. I mean, I have a lot going on half the time, and like things are happening constantly, so I just think this will be nice to just have multiple lines dedicated for certain things. So yeah. But yeah, and then I don't know if you want to count this, but I got my sketchbook, which I've had this for months now. Wasn't really this is just a thing that I wanted to get. And all of these are kind of edited to my liking. Like this has a little pocket at the back of it, which I set up so I can put like papers like that, like when I should bring back my books and stuff, or so forth. This has got like a pocket built into it, so if there's like a piece of art that I just haven't had the time to put away yet, it's just kind of there. So yeah, this is just a starting page. I'm not a great artist. I just kind of do it when I'm bored. Like, I don't even call myself an artist, to be honest. We got this. It's just a load of chaos, honestly. Like, there's not... It's just, when I'm bored, I feel like it's fun. It's okay. And then we got this one, which is kind of a... I feel like this is kind of cool, actually. So this is, like, some stuff that I did on paper that I just kind of like, this specific page. And then you kind of flip this open. And there's more art there. Like, this is based on the Tower of Babel. I kind of like that. And then you got this up here, which, I mean, I like this quite a bit, this piece of art. And then, yeah. And then this folds out like a book almost. Which I don't really notice that, but it's just kind of cool seeing it. And I made it into a book on purpose. And then there's just, like, stuff there, you know? So it's kind of used. I don't like that. So, yeah. But I just saw that this can bend, and I just kind of made that into a bong rip type of vibe. I like to draw eyes. That's kind of my focus, I guess. So there's just random pages filled with eyes. That's not... And also there's a code thing for the color sheets of like what all the colors are and stuff and so forth. Let me get this out. This is kind of awkward. Wait. Oh, and then there's yeah, there's that as well. I forgot about that. It's just random stuff that I, like, yeah. It's just fun doing that. Personally, I like it. I can't really fold it off now. Wait. Okay, I got it. And then we got this. Kind of, I didn't, like, it's just kind of, it is what it is, you know? Sometimes it's not a great day of just drawing. It's just kind of, I just draw whatever. And it might be a little bit disturbing sometimes. So don't question that. This, it kind of bleeds a lot through. Like, I can't use Sharpie. So, yeah. But this, I do like my calligraphy. Naturally, I feel like it's pretty good. But where I live in France, I feel like just my calligraphy in general is just kind of better. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I kind of like learn it more. This is just randomness. I do a lot of random pages. That's just kind of how I do things. Like I started writing things here, and then I just kind of drew over it because it was kind of bad. So yeah, that's just kind of what I do mostly. Yeah, it's just a lot of the chaos. I love chaos, so honestly. Oh, I like this page though. The little flower. I like it. I did that. I did all this obviously, so. And then this is. I like doing roses as well. They're kind of like the only thing that I do regularly. And then I got this page, which is just kind of, yeah, a boredom page. I do a lot of boredom pages. I was trying to draw markers from, what's it called? I'm not really good at like copying things. I just kind of draw how I feel. But I try to draw markers from Ginny and Georgia, and obviously that failed. So I just kind of made it look weird on purpose. So yeah. So it's just chaos. I love drawing chaos. So I feel like I don't see it enough, you know. So yeah. Yeah, I don't do consistently like every single day. It's just kind of when I'm in the mood for it, really. Like, I'm not like, and also I know it's not always going to be the best. So yeah, but that is kind of my stack of books. I guess it's my book ecosystem, I guess. But they're not all journaling. They're not all like I'm not gonna journal. I'm not gonna have a book for every single thing. So yeah, but something I've also been getting into, if you couldn't tell, is I've been getting into reading as well. And I know I'm starting all these at the same time, but I actually spread it out because I started reading first in the beginning of January. And then I got into this at the end of January because I just kind of got motivated. My nan suggested me writing post-it notes everywhere so I could remember shit, and I do that. And I also just thought, since I'm like doing that, it'll make me like feel like I need to do more stuff. And I also I couldn't see anything that I would like to do for journals, because I don't like how it's all separated when people do it. And I know I don't really write much, and I feel like this will still last a year, considering that I've not really tapped that much into it. Like I'm only in February, obviously, but I feel like this isn't just 1/6 of the page, so I think I'm fine with it lasting like the whole year. Like, I'm not gonna there's 190 something pages, which is kind of cool. So this might last until next year, and with next year as well. So yeah. So I did camping. I was gonna do a video of like all the gear that I got and like how I reviewed it and stuff, but I think I just want to kind of do an all-in-one video today. So yeah, you're just kind of thinking it's just how my mind kind of works. So I've been got into camping, did my first camping trip, and honestly it was pretty chill. I did like it. It was just kind of raining, and there was a lot of condensation build up in the tent, and I understand that for a tent that costs probably 20 euros, if that, there obviously is gonna be that. So yeah, let me just mix this around because it's kind of, yeah. So yeah, but apart from that, there was a lot of condensation build up. I did like the trip overall. It was raining a lot, but it was just such a vibe. I loved it. I do need to sort out stuff though with it still, because I had to walk 2 kilometers, but with having 15 kilos on my back, that was a little bit rough, man. It might have been like 13 including my clothes, because I wore quite a lot of clothing. It might have been 13, 14, like 12, 13, sorry, kilos, but still, that was a lot. That was actually the weight that I was before I lost all my weight, so that's just kind of crazy, like including with me in total. So yeah. But I just thought to say that it went pretty well. I personally will do it again. It's just I need to not do it when it's raining. That's the only thing. But I was vibing. I didn't read as much as I thought I would, so I do have to catch up with reading before, not next week, but the week after, so then I can return my book. I've also realized while I was reading, oh yeah, let me do that real quick, wait. Okay, so here in France, they have obviously names for libraries. I don't know if they do this in like the English countries, but they call it a multimedia rather than a bibliothèque, which is a library, because it's not just books there. You could also rent out like CDs, DVDs, etc. So what I did was I picked up obviously a book which is called Some Girls Do. I'm halfway through it, just over, and it is I love the concept and everything. It's a high school based one, so I do feel a little bit iffy with it, but I do like it in the sense that I mean, it's WLW, you know, like it's just a vibe. But I'm not a big fan of the first person point of view switching each one. I feel like I would be fine if it was just one POV, but it was just it. I mean, I'm still gonna finish it, but I just noticed that was something that I'm not a big fan of. And also the fact that it being high school, it makes me feel a bit iffy nowadays. Thing is, everything I picked up, I just kind of looked at the whim. I didn't really look at like what it was about, like how good the music was, or like other people's reviews. So I also picked up The Magician season 1. Obviously it has an English option on the actual DVD, as one does. But this, I picked this up, watched it in 2 days. Because it's just one of those series. I've already watched it, but I never finished it, so that was just unintentional. But I'm gonna pick up the next season when I go next, because no one really cares for this series here in France that much, I don't think. So yeah, but it's such a good series. It gets dark and there's a lot of NSFW scenes for no reason. So yeah, it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. So yeah, because I don't really want to be seeing that, because I'm not really, yeah. And then we got, like, everything else I've consumed, like, finished, I guess. And then we got this CD of Queens of the Stone Age, Lullabies to Paralyze. I picked this up on a whim. I don't even know who this band is. I don't know I don't know what the type of music this was. There's 2 songs that I liked on this, and that was Medication and Everyone Knows That You Are Insane, and yeah, I've added that to my actual playlist. So I gave this a review on my journal as well, so that's fun. I also got Upgrade, the film, a really good film. I love this. I'm not gonna complain about it at all. Yeah, right, no qualms about it. It's a sci-fi film, and I don't really know what to say about that without spoiling everything, so, because I'm really bad at spoiling things, like, I spoil things a lot. And then I also got this audiobook of the Stephen King book, Facing the Crowd. I personally, just doing a quick review here, I think that I like the concept. I didn't like the unnecessary homophobia, and I understand that it was 2012, but there was no need. There was no, like, there wasn't a gay person in there, and the guy who was speaking of, like, was reenacting a black woman, I feel like, and it was just kind of I felt kind of grossed out by that one. But I like the plot. Like, it's about the afterlife, in a way, and I just like that concept. But it's just, it just made me a little bit upset when those 2 things came up. Like, the quote of this, like, that it literally comes up in this. Fag germs. Why? There was no need for that, bro. Like, it's really about a business guy, like, who's in retirement. I don't know. That was just kind of weird to me. Anything else? No. But I signed up to the library. I got the bag for it, and that was kind of cool. So, yes. But yeah, so I picked up a load of stuff, and I'm gonna probably do something like each month, like I pick up random stuff. Currently, I have a list of what I want to get, but that might not be my expectations of what I will get. So yeah, it has been an hour. Oh, shit, wait, let me see what time it is. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so after that, I just wanted to talk about this super duper quick. I finally caved in on just switching from at new tabs to coffee, at least for now. I do have a preference, obviously, for what is it called? For at new tabs and stuff. Like, I mean, ideally, if I had the money to pay for it every single time, I would just get a Monster, or I would just get like an energy drink of sorts. Like just one can or something. That would be the ideal, like when I have a regular income. But with this, I can get 20 portions out of this for the amount that I want. And honestly, like, and it's 100 grams in here, and it's only €2, so it's literally half the price of what I was paying for at new tabs, but you get double the amount of portions. Because I don't really want to be spending money, and also this gives me a reason to like not spend my own money because other people have this as well. So like this is an option for other people. It's just CPU's own. You only need 1 teaspoon's worth, and it's basically the equivalent of a full like energy drink, which is absolutely crazy. But I like got one here. I've added my regular like sugar and salt in there. It ends up tasting like burnt caramel. So yeah. Let me just have a little sip. Yeah, it tastes like burnt caramel more so than coffee, which I do like that. Because I'm not a big fan of coffee taste. But I only have it exclusively for when I'm doing sport. So I'm not having it in my free time. It's not gonna be an addiction. It's just something that I kind of need for sport because function. Yeah. So yeah, but I used to say that I've gotten into reading. I've read a lot of books. Oh, actually, you know what? Since I'm at it, whilst we're doing this video quite long anyways, let me get this bad boy up. So, let me review everything from last month. Last month, I read Stephen King Cell. There was unnecessary NSFW descriptions, and also the start and the end were on theme, but anything in the middle just felt like it was out of place. But this was a different rating system to what I've got now. But I gave it a 50%, which my rating system is if it's below 40%, it is not passable. As we're doing the French system where it's 8 and above, like out of 20. Obviously, duh. So yeah. so it's a 2.5 star. Then we got One Punch Man, volume 31. Obviously 5 stars. That book, I finished it in less than 20 minutes. It was so good. And I got it saved like up there. It's amazing. And then we got The Magician's Nephew, Narnia. I love the plot, a few spelling errors, and not a big fan of the older English used, because there's some iffy bits. So yeah, but I gave it a 4 star. I also read James and the Giant Peach. I got a lot of kids books, but that's purely because I have a lot of kids books from when I was a kid, and I never really finished any of the books ever. So I just kind of sort of decided to read them regardless. I gave it a 5 stars. I can relate feeling lonely and trapped, then setting yourself free. That is, people need to read kids books. Honestly, they are so good. And then I read Unicorn Livel. I don't know what that's called. Evil Unicorn, the Evil of the Unicorn. I don't know how to translate that. 5 stars, just incredible. I had no words. It was just great. It mixes everything that I love. I already spoke about it. Yeah. And then you've got the Twits by Roald Dahl, which I gave that a 10%, which is a half a star because it was not that great. It was, I understand why it was for kids, but it was just kind of unnecessarily gross and rude. So yeah. And then I did a little thing. But again, I've got a different system now that I've got set up in here. Which I find this system, I don't know if this system already exists, but anything below 2 stars is an automatic F. But we have, I used the help of Gemini to help express what the feeling should be for each rating. I'm using the American letter rating system with mixed with the regular star system, so I can get a rough idea of what it is. And then on top of that, I'm using percentages with 40% and plus being the overall like passing rate, instead of the 60 that America requires. So yeah, so I've moved it down and it's more spread out essentially. So yes, so then it goes from F to A plus, and I've got the best of the month, which is an S. We got the best of the year, which is an S plus, and then we got a U, which is did not finish, which that means that I'm adding the English did not finish letter. But I felt weird adding E, because you got like it goes from A to D and then it's E F. I didn't like the idea of E being after F, so I did U instead, because that is technically after, and I felt more comfortable. And S, I mean, I've seen it a lot now where it's standing for like super or superior, so I felt comfortable with that being the superior numbers, so to speak. So yeah, oh yeah, so I assigned, I think it was One Punch Man to be my S of last month. So far for this month, let me read it. I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including the audiobook of A Face in the Crowd, because I think I want to start including that, but I don't find them to be equal, in my opinion. So yeah, I find like reading is a lot better. So yeah, and so far, like I read pretty good books. I read Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe, which that I kind of zoned out. I wasn't in the right headspace for it, so I gave it a C, which C means a meh or shrug, but technically if I'm forgetting and skimming, I think it should be a C minus. I need to lower that grade. And then we got Draft and The Pelly and Me. 10 out of 10. I think that might be so far my best of the month, purely because I really needed a pick-me-up, and this was a good pick-me-up, because if you think of it as an adult, like like you got someone with an addiction, you got someone who's potentially doing insurance fraud. It is just, I know it's a kid's book, but if you think of it in the modern sense of what's happening, oh my god, it is so funny. Like, it made me laugh so much. I've never laughed ever like that hard. I was laughing the whole time, and it's such a short book, but like, and I read it in like an hour, but it was so good. Like, I just needed that, you know. And then I read volume 1 of She Wasn't a Guy, which I think in English, this is based on the international version. In English though, it's called I don't know what it's called, but it's a lot longer name. It's basically, yeah, it made me feel cozy and gooey, and I gave it 100% A plus, whatever. Then we got LGBTQ La Grande Histoire, which is a LGBT history book, obviously, and I gave it a B. You might be like, why? But that's purely because it was informative, but there were some moments, it took me so long. I don't remember how long that took me. It took me, okay, so it took me to when did I start it? Okay, 1, 2, it took me 2 weeks to finish, but yeah, it was a rough finish. And I know it's my educational book, so I'm only required to do 30 minutes of reading that, which I did do that. So yeah, then obviously Facing the Crowd, I gave that a B minus because of the homophobia and the racism. But it was enjoyable but flawed. That's what my thing was. So, yeah. But yeah, the LGBT one, informative, love the topics, but we'll only reread the individual sections. So, yeah. So yes, and I started attempting to do a personal curriculum type of thing, which is a kind of a thing that's been popularized recently. Let me just. Oh, that's so sweet. It's kind of been something that's been popularized online. I don't watch TikTok, so it's just kind of something that I tumbled across on my own on YouTube. And I don't watch YouTube Shorts either, purely because I have all those blocked, and I got rid of the TikTok app because of doom scrolling. But I started trying to do it just so I can feel motivated, and I probably won't do it next month. I, like, have assigned things, as I kind of gave myself two options, but I saw myself going for the easier option, so to speak. Like the easier, like, yeah, because I didn't feel obligated. And I wasn't really doing the language learning part of it, so yeah, it was overwhelming. But I was listening to a Greek mythology podcast, read the LGBT book, and then sometimes I would do the psychology, but I think I'm gonna rebuild that for next month, just to see how that goes, just because it's just kind of different. So yeah, but I guess I'll say that. So far, I've started the setting this bad boy up and reading and stuff like the end of January, so it hasn't really given me the opportunity to like add all the books, because I feel like easily, since I managed to do like 6, that means I could probably do not 6 but 5. I could probably do 10 this month, especially because I'm counting shorter books as a separate thing, and I think I like shorter books as well, so it just gives me the opportunity to still read, and I'm not, yeah, there's just gonna be stuff that I change for next month for my journal, which I will check super duper quick if I can. Oh yeah, so next month, for March, I'm going to use one type of learning schedule, which I already talked about, and stop the tracker that I set up, because that's just kind of do half a page of general media review. So that's just like one like page instead of both. So yeah. Then we got do a full page only for book review, which I do like printing out everything for that, and I do like doing everything, like, you know, and also I have post-it notes to fold in and stuff, so I'm not too worried about that. So yeah. And then transfer to agenda for the general calendar, or appointments, rendezvous calendar, whatever, that I've technically done, but I'm gonna fully like commit to that and not set up 2 different calendars for appointments and then one for the habits. So it's literally just gonna be habits and like things that I do instead. So yeah. And then we're gonna split goals 4 months. Oh yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do half a page, so that's like one individual page for goals and achievements, so things that I want to do for the month, and this will just be one page for the both of them, like all total, like things that I want to do for the month versus things that I actually achieved for said month, because next month is gonna be quite I'm technically gonna be doing, I think it's both of my 2 first 10Ks. Like, I'm doing my first real 10K and I'm doing my race 10K, if I remember correctly, in the month of March. So, yeah. But I don't know if I want, like, I don't need much space, and I'll probably only use like a quarter of it, to be honest, for each of them, realistically. But it gives me enough space to like add whatever I want to the page like throughout the month. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that one. Anything else I need to say? No, I think I'm good. I know this video was quite long, I do like doing long form videos all in one go. And I don't really want to be doing the whole editing thing. That's a little bit overkill for me. I just kind of like a video vlog thing. I did kind of stop doing podcasts, and also my multivitamins I kind of stopped taking all in total, because I think I'm fine for now, but if not, I will start taking them after my runs, like whilst I'm eating. So yeah. But I'm gonna get myself ready, because it takes like an hour for me to get ready, and I've kind of designated some like the current time to do this video, and I'm definitely gonna upload this video this time, because I've recorded this video like probably just under 10 times, but it's just I didn't really want to edit, so yes. So I don't know what else to say there, but I am going to get myself ready. I didn't do my stretches this week, my 20-minute stretches, so I need to do that as well, and I need to finish my coffee and everything, so yeah, it's gonna be a little bit hectic, but that's okay. I kind of got back kind of late anyways, so it's just one of those days, but I need to take it slow regardless. And I'll bring a snack with me, because I think where I'm doing 5k plus 30 minutes or something, I don't know what I said I was doing, but when I'm doing that, it's gonna be a little bit long, you know, today. So yeah, but anyways, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. So bye.